Hello, welcome to today's collective general reading. As always, remember to use your own discernment, join with intention, and allow the message to be received with an open heart. A quantum reminder, we are speaking through symbol and story here. So please do not rely on tarot readers or readings for factual evidence. You are always encouraged to do your own research, especially when engaging with strangers on the internet. Now, let's see. The symbol here came out, and this is my symbol for mirror, reflection, reversal. And as I was lining these up, I have selenite, clear quartz, and ancient Lemuria. And as I was lining them up, I then, as I saw 111, I went to adjust them a little. And I was kind of doing it one-handed as my other hand was busy. And then there was this message that came through as I feel like a hitch in my throat of guardian angel, of what are you doing half absent-mindedly? What is a two-hand project that you are haphazardly doing with one hand? What requires all of your attention? Again, as these decks don't want to move with one hand. Okay. Yeah, I'm recording this on March 31st. So tomorrow is I believe it's new moon in Libra. And there has been a lot of something going on with energy into April. We have the King of Swords. And seeing that in the camera just beneath the Lemuria, I'm hearing ancient knowings that are being re-brought to life. Now we have the Devil. What do we have on this cut? 7 of Cups and the 6 of Swords. Are some of these upside down? Wow, the deck is mixed up. And you know me, I don't ever really have my deck mixed up. So that's very interesting. That bit of chaos, I'll pause that there for a moment. With the 7 of Cups, that being not knowing what you want, that confusion. Here with the Devil coming out on this side, on the right side, the doing, the manifestation, the what is coming into reality. Yeah. You're mirroring, you're shifting. And I don't mean an equal reflection. This is not an automatic process. Okay, so I think that's that part about it requires your full attention. It's not just, I know how I've always done it, and so I'm just going to do the opposite. You are canceling out, burning, retracting, exterminating the contract you have with your confusion. And going from the 7 of Cups to the 6 of Swords, you now know the direction you are moving in, which is framed through ancient, potentially ancestral knowings that have made themselves available to you. Okay, so we have this with the Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man. Oh, silly. The Hanged Man, and then the 5 of Cups that had been upside down. And beneath that, we have the 4 of Wands. Okay. This is a little all over the place, and that's fine. I'm also noticing the natural movement to want to frame the reading around this Devil card. And actually being intentional with energy and aligning it back to the, I'm going to use the phrase energy grid, and I know I'm misusing that, but the idea of what I have created, what I have decided to exist. What also came through said rules of 3: appear, exist, resist. And I know that's not the rules of 3 that we commonly talk about, but that wanted to come through. And so I'm seeing this calm confidence, knowing that you are on your path to security and more. And you are laughing in the face of the challenges that used to hold you back, because you now know this new creation is leading to your 10 of Pentacles. Judgment, right? When the trumpet calls. This energy feels kind of somber. Perhaps it's not somber, it's respectful humility. It's standing at the base of a mountain and knowing that you are not greater than God is the phrase that's coming through. But essentially, you're not overinflating your ego, your sense of self, your, I'll say for this, your contract with reality. And I'm noticing that I'm shuffling the cards differently. There's something about what normally would go forward going back. So there's this repetitious pattern, and perhaps, okay, perhaps you now, yes, the Ace of Cups. So you now have the emotional awareness to know that it's not about you conquering this mountain. It's not about you climbing to the top in one go. You know this is going to be a repeated process. And you're prepared. There's something that has shifted, has changed within you, around you. 10 of Wands. You've given up this weight on your shoulders. But there's another phrase that wants to come through. Something on your back. As I just heard. It might be the heat, but like, you know when you hear the hum of a refrigerator suddenly much louder than it's ever been, and there's just that buzzing awareness? You are aware that the energy is changing. And this, because I'm getting that you're not resisting it. You're not putting up a fight. You're not trying to make it into something that it's not. Back to this 6 of Swords. You are just calm. You are calm because you know that so much of the work is in the doing. Yeah. So this rules of 3, appear, exist, resist. I hear it's resisting the pressure to become or perform, because there is now peace in the existence. And so, okay, the resist piece is resisting the old ways. Yes. And now I'm shuffling like normal again. It's acknowledging to yourself with that humility of things are different now. We have the 2 of Wands fell, and on the bottom, the 6 of Pentacles. The 2 of Wands here, I'm getting as this change, this recognition of the new approach in the walk. I know I often talk about path and journey and navigation. There's something about steps. Perhaps you're learning to take things step by step and you're not making the mountains into molehills. I know that the expression is the Knight of Swords. I know that traditionally that expression is that you are making, wait, what is it? Now the Japanese language in me is mixing up which things go where with subject, object, verb. So I'm like, wait, which one am I trying to say? I know that the expression is making a mountain out of a molehill. And so you see a small obstacle and you make it into this giant, huge thing, and you get overwhelmed with that. As I'm seeing movement out of the right corner of my eye. Hello? And what you're now doing is learning how to make mountains into molehills, meaning that you're not taking away the greatness, the depth, and the height and the power of the mountain, of this earth. What you are recognizing is that it's not about getting to the top, it's about learning the path along the way. So let's say you're, again, this like kind of reversal shuffle. You're going up the hill, and it's not always just finding a place to set up camp and to rest. It's coming back down. It's making everything a smaller feat. Here we have Temperance. And so this is that emotional capacity that you're building. Cheers, here with the Knight of Cups, where it had been the Knight of Swords that was the go, 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 go. What this now here is an appreciation for the pace. Yes, the Six of Swords said, it is time. No, you want to connect with the reflection and the foundation. There was an energy going on a little before this reading that was trickster vibes. And I won't go into it more than that. But there's, I don't want to say spirit, source, energy, whatever word you want to use. I don't want to say that spirit is tricking you, this Knight of Swords, but there is a bit of a test to, will you go back and do this the same way you have before? Or have you grown enough for this next plateau? Because when you see the mountain as too big to overcome, which is thinking yourself too little, or you think that you are bigger than the mountain and you can do it all at once, which is making yourself bigger than you are, it's actually that happy medium of knowing how to set that pace while having the confidence, Emperor here, in knowing what you are capable of. Two of Pentacles. That's the difference that you're bringing into reality now, is that you're aware of your, I'll say your inner map, because my throat got a little tight to that. What I'd want it to say was your strengths and weaknesses, and that feels like such basic language, but you know, bacon and pancakes is a decent breakfast. It may be traditional, it may be obvious, it's still pretty good. Something about you're not overcomplicating things anymore. As I think my hand just nudged this Five of Cups. Two of Cups. You are aware that this is your decision to make. On bottom, we have the Hierophant and the Empress. And I don't normally read upside down, and I'm not necessarily reading them upside down, but I am reading them in opposition. We do have the Emperor over here, but now we have 3, 4, 5. And it's this rotation of receiving in from spirit and then delivering through, becoming a messenger, delivering the message, I'll say, as I'm staring at that candle. But I'm not always staring at it, so I'm curious if it's acting up at certain times that I am unaware to it. Because it's not for me to only stare at the candle and not be engaging with my surroundings. No, who's this? Two of Swords. And now this is this crossroads, which wants to go here. And seeing this card being elevated from the table, yes, there is more than meets the eye. There is a tower coming. The Moon, the Chariot, Nine of Wands upside down, the Lovers upside down, Empress upside down, Knight of Wands upside down, Page of Pentacles is upside right, leading us back to the Queen of Swords. And again, now we are back to our creation. And there is something coming, but you're not running from it. It's not Tower immediately to Chariot. It's Tower to Moon to Chariot. You are not just relying on your intuition, your divine feminine, your ability to receive and interpret. You're not relying on that as something to make up for a lack of knowing or a lack of skill or experience, as I'm getting that candle reflected in my glasses here. You see your strength. You understand and recognize that. You're not fighting with yourself trying to play that off somewhere. Here, these upside downs. This Nine of Wands and the Lovers, which goes into Empress. I'm seeing that you've released the difficult choice that it is that you had to make. You are releasing your responsibility to that. The Six of Swords that kept finding us over and over and over, you are now past the hurdle, past the hump of it. And this being the Knight of Wands is and that knocking the Hanged Man a bit, is this creation that it is what sets you back on your path into the world, inside your own reality, manifesting into becoming this Queen of Swords, which is now matching the the King of Swords. So again, it's all coming back to the beginning. Two of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Making the decision to grow your food for thought. And I'm seeing here that these are kind of scraps that are being fed to the crows. But in this situation, it's seeds that will one day grow to then become compost. And from that, this process of regeneration, reintegration, reconnection, it's another time, having a second go at something. And this is something, I don't want to say that's in the background, but something that is on the back burner, you could say. And then this card that had, I suppose, slipped from beneath the Ace of Wands is the Seven of Pentacles. And for me, in this deck, it's always this soft white, ghostly, like translucent design as it's over this riverbank. It's not reflected. You can't see it. You can see the reflection of the land. You can see what is physically pentacle energy right in front of you, but you can't see all it is that spirit is putting into action for you. But you're not worried about spiritual proof of purchase. You're just moving ahead. And to put words on it, troublesome energy that's come finding you, you now have the strength of this fluidity to allow that to reflect back into the universe. That's not for you to carry. You're not going to weigh down your boat. This is a very calm energy. Cool. Okay. Thank you for watching this reading. If you found this interesting, or this resonated with you, you can like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to hear from me more often. In the description, you will find a link to my Substack, which hosts the 444 Collective, represented by the Four of Wands, which is essentially this virtual ecosystem that we are co-creating together as a space to gather and dive into these things a little further. That's not necessarily vibing with the wide web. Stay tuned.